Hello everybody, welcome to another Gundam card game deck profile, but this is going to be slightly different in the way that I make it. I am going to be talking about my favorite deck, the one that I run, that I have been able to pretty successfully get top 3 nearby in many stores that I've been to. It's a really fun deck for me to play. It's one that I love explaining and talking about whenever people ask me about. But at the same time, you've probably seen it. You've probably seen videos trying to tell you lists about it. So this video is not just going to be a list of the deck, but it's also going to try to break down how it works. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put basically the core cards in the middle and then go around as I explain the support and what the deck is trying to do as it goes for game. Okay, so I know you may have seen it several times, maybe not exactly the same, but in conceptually very similar ways, but that's okay. Just stick with it. Maybe you'll learn something about how to counter it if you're going to play against it, that type of thing. I personally find it to be incredibly fun and a very successful deck. So this is Zeon Rush. It is red-green, and it is basically at the core going to have Char. Char is just the key card. You absolutely need this card in your hand. It is so key that if I don't see it in my first hand when I'm drawing cards, I will mulligan. It doesn't matter what else is in my hand. Char, I want Char in my hand. I want it to be doing things with it later in the game, or rather not too long from the beginning of the game. It is a level 3 that costs 1. You can literally put it down with the right cards on turn 3, or even when you have 3 levels and 3 EX and 3 to pay. But what makes it so strong is its ability that when you attack, this unit gets attack +1, so an additional 1 to the one it already gives. And also high maneuver, which means it can't be blocked. So Char is able to very often go for game. It is also going to be boosting 2 additional. And then, of course, the requirement for that high maneuver is that you have to be linked, right? So we are going to be supporting this Char with cards that it links with, obviously. And again, like I said, Char is just so powerful. So we're going to talk about the 2 cards that it links with that you want to see most often than not. First, Char's Gelgoog. It is a level 4, cost 4, so it does cost a bit. And you'll see that you can drop it on level 4, but if it also costs 4, you can't just pay from your hand to get it. However, its activate main ability is that if you can discard 1 Zeon or Neo Zeon unit from your hand, that is implied that it's from your hand, you can get a pilot from your trash and pair it here as long as it's a new type level 3, which Char is. And you don't have to pay for that, so you can literally drop this guy, use the activate the main, and get Char under it to link, get high maneuver, get the +2 when attacking, and get all of that stuff happening. This is a very strong attack. That means you are linking, dropping it for 4 linking, having high maneuver, and swinging for 6 attack power onto your opponent. Very powerful attack, very key play to have. The other one is the Char's Zaku II. We also run 4 of this guy, and it is a level 3 for a cost of 2. So it is possible to, on level 3, get Char Zaku II with Char. They will link, have high maneuver, and +2 attack power, meaning they can crack even level 5 HP bases if needed. So your opponent will be on level and basically turn 3 most of the time. You're going to have a Char Zaku that swings for 5 and can't be blocked. If your opponent is really trying to survive by using their blockers, that's just a scary sight to see a Char Zaku 2 with high maneuver under it. And so they'll attempt to destroy it as fast as possible. But you'll notice that when destroyed, Char Zaku looks at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can pick up 1 Zeon or Neo Zeon card from there and add it to your hand. That could be the Gelgoog. It could be basically any card in this deck, because everything is going to be Zeon or Neo Zeon. So very key, very annoying for your opponent to face the Char Zaku II early in the games. Like I said, if you have Char, you can link and it start attacking right away. They're going to want to swat this thing out of the sky as fast as possible because it has high maneuver. But that destruction does have consequences. Plus, it also puts Char in the trash, which means you can activate the Gelgoog to put Char under it from the trash. So a lot happening there. The combination of those two cards working together can be very destructive in the mid of the game, the levels 3 and 4. You can pull off these solid combos. Next, we are going to continue support for Char by running Char Zaku II. This is a level 3 cost 2 that also links with Char. It is 3 attack power with 2 HP. But if you do happen to pair it, not necessarily with Char, but basically any card that can pair, you can deploy a rested Zaku II token, which is 3/1, kind of helping you out with the swarm if you want more bodies to go out there. So you can link or you can pair. If this card gets destroyed in one way or another, again, that could put Char in the trash and make it available for your Gelgoog so that you can recycle it. And you also get to drop a token that your opponent now has to deal with or take damage from in the next turn. So far, all of these cards are linking with Char. As of right now, we have a total of 12 cards linking with Char, so you can see how important it is to have your Char here. But there's still more. We're also going to be running 4 regular Gelgoog, not Char's Gelgoog, but it is a Gelgoog. And it links with any Zeon trait. It is a level 4 cost 2 that swings for 4. That's a very powerful attack coming out. The fact that it has link is even better. That means you can be at level 4, you can put down this Gelgoog, link with Char potentially, or any other Zeon trait, and swing into your opponent for massive damage. This would be a +2. This is a 6 damage Gelgoog going against your opponent. Also linking with Char. Maybe not as key, but still very much a card that you can take advantage of. You have big swings, your opponent's going to be very scared of it, try to kill it. If Char's linked to it, send it to the trash from which the Gelgoog can recycle. Pretty solid. Now, I am going to mention that this deck, of course, wants to continue to draw, and it wants to draw these pieces. If you have Char, maybe you're looking for a very specific unit. Well, the way that I look for my units is going to be with the Zaku I Sniper type. It is a level 2, drops for 2, that on deployment, you can look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a Zeon, Neo Zeon unit, you can reveal it and add it to your hand. This is often a very cool situation that you can pick up just a unit that's Zeon or Neo Zeon. Since you don't have the support to draw from blue or white, that peak is absolutely going to help you out a lot. Especially if you have Char and you're just looking for a unit. This could be very helpful. If not, just keep putting more units in your hand that you can use later. It also has support +1. So you can drop it, and the turn that it can drop, it can give 1 additional attack to somebody or one of the units next to it, potentially making something like a 6 damage attacker, 5 damage attacker, whatever it is that you need. The snipers can also support each other, so you can support one sniper to give 1 attack power to the other. That is pretty nice. And one thing that goes underrated as well is that the sniper can link also with Zeon, meaning you can put Char under it, for example, give it 1 attack power, and it can attack right away. If you need that additional attack, the sniper type can do that. It does have link. Which is hilarious. A lot of people do not realize that you can get a pilot under it and swing into your opponent with that. So the sniper, I think it's underrated. I think a lot of people hate on the sniper, even though it's doing quite a lot of work in this deck. But I'm only running 3 because 4 I felt was too often. When I needed units, I just happened to get a sniper, and I just wouldn't have the right units at the right time when I was running 4. 3 seems to be the right amount for me. But I mean, 4 is also not a bad idea. It's just like really good support in this deck, especially with the draw power, with the draw situation. So all of those cards link, but you're starting to see that now we have Zeon trait more often than not. All the rest are linking with Char. So our secondary pilot is going to be, of course, one that has Zeon as its trait, and that's going to be MCube. So MCube is a level 3 cost 1. It is +1/+1, but also if you have a Zeon unit, your unit gains breach. So this can link with both the Gelgoog and the sniper if needed. It can give them breach, you can give them +1/+1. it is really nice to have. That low level means that you're definitely going to go ahead and take advantage of that. And the breach one, of course, is not necessarily trying to go and damage the base. It is trying to damage shields. Ideally, by now you've taken out the base. I mean, the breach one is meant to basically try to ping into your opponent's shields while destroying something. And these big attack powers definitely will take advantage of that. So MCube, secondary pilot. Ideally, we have Char, but MCube also can work pretty solidly. And so since we have MCube, we do run his unit. We do run the Gyan. I'm running it at 3, but I see some people running at 4. I think 3 is perfectly fine for me. The cool thing is that when you do pair it with a Zeon pilot, it does get to just destroy a level 2 blocker. Meaning Sword gets destroyed immediately by this Gyan if it is down on the board. That is a very annoying card, so I really like being able to destroy it, or any small blockers, with this ability to pair. 4 was too many. There's not that many blockers that are level 2 or low, but 3 seems fine. Maybe even 2 wouldn't be bad, but popping those small blockers sometimes can be the difference between winning and losing, because that's one more attack that can go into your opponent. And this card does link with MCube, so you do get to breach, you do get to +1. So this is a 5 attack with a breach. You basically can destroy almost any blocker. If they do happen to block, if your opponent has a blocker, you could pop one, destroy another one, and then still breach into their shields. That's a really nice situation to have. So Gyan, super solid card supporting in this deck. Next, we're going to be running 4 of the Zaku II from the starter deck. This card's just really good. Level 2 drops for 1. It's on attack, it just gains +2 attack power. So essentially, when this card attacks, it is attacking for 3 with 2 HP. Enough to pop early bases right away. 3 attack power is pretty solid from a 1-drop unit. This card has been just forever great. So we definitely want to run it. We definitely want to have it active early in the game. Threaten to destroy an EX shield. And if it's turn 2 and you have 2, you can drop both of them right away and threaten 6 damage, potentially, if your opponent has 6 HP base, for example. So this is just a really useful card. I really like it. It is Zaku. It is Zeon for whatever that benefit that fits. It is cheap. You can put it down early. You can start to swarm the field with it. It is a card that I really like since the beginning, and it definitely does some work here. Next, we run 3 of the Zee Zulu. Underrated card, level 2, cost 2/2/2. But on attack, when you're attacking an enemy player, meaning the base or their shield, this unit gets +2 attack power, meaning it is hitting your opponent's shield for 4 damage. Now, the key thing that a lot of people forget is that if you are targeting the shield, your opponent blocking does not mean that you are no longer have targeted the shield, because you do gain that for the battle, for the whole battle, regardless whether you get blocked or not. So your opponent will definitely still take the 4 damage that you have triggered. Meaning basically all the low level blockers, including the Lefrith, will take 4 damage and usually get destroyed. So the Zee Zulu is really nice. I really like it. It is able to threaten big damage on your opponent's base and or blockers if they decide to block. And so I run 3 of them. It is Neo Zeon, so it does fit some triggers that are there. But it is a card that I feel is a little underrated, but definitely on the outskirts of where the support for the deck should be. But one card that I feel is really underrated, and I run 4 ofs, is the Dopp. Dopp is a 1/1 drop, 1/1/1/1 across the boards. But the cool thing that it does is that on deployment, you can look at the top card of your deck, and you can either put it at the top or bottom. So you can take a peek at your deck, see what it is, and you can choose to either leave it there or put it at the bottom. I feel like a lot of people are underrating how good that ability is. Now, remember at the top of the video, I said you absolutely need Char. If you are digging in your deck looking for Char because you didn't get it in your first hand, well, Dopp helps you look for it. You can take a peek at what the top is. If it's not a Char, send it to the bottom. If you still don't have a Char and you get another Dopp, take a peek, not a Char, put it to the bottom. You are looking for that Char. Dopp helps you on your way to do that. It also pairs up really well with the sniper type because you can take a peek and see what's there and then pick it up with the sniper on the next play, right? So if it's turn 3, you have 1 to use, you can take a peek, and then with the 1, and then you can use the 2 to pick it up with the sniper type and get closer to maybe the right cards that you need. So Dopp, I feel, is super key. It of course is a body that you can drop in turn 1 no matter when you're going. So I think Dopp is absolutely part of a good strategy towards winning with this deck. And so I run 4 of it. Next, you run 2 of the Zaku IIs. This is the new type Rising set. It is a 2/1/2/2. You can drop it second turn. You'll notice that I only have the Dopp being able to drop in turn 1 if you're going first. That's not hugely important. Honestly, being able to have 2 units that you can drop on turn 2 is the better situation. You could do that with this card. You can do this with the other Zaku II from the starter deck. And you can do that with the Dopp, or you can drop a Zee Zulu instead. That's perfectly fine. I love this card. I think it's solid. It takes ping damage really well. If your opponent does 1 damage, it still survives, and it's relatively cheap. But it's there just to fill out the last couple of unit spots that are kind of needed in the deck. You really just need to have a bunch of cheap units sometimes that you can drop simultaneously to try to go for game. Speaking of that, of dropping more units, we do run a Zanzibar, a set of Zanzibar. We have 4 of them. This is a level 4 2 cost base. It adds your top card from your shield, just like all the bases. But on top of that, if it is your turn, you can deploy a Zeon that is level 4 or lower. Mind you, most, if not all, of the units in this deck are level 4 or lower. That means you have your pick of whatever card you want. These are all Zeon, they are all Neo Zeon, whatever it is that you have in your hand that Zanzibar can put down and set you up for the next turn. This card is cool because it can be simultaneously defense and offense. It can put a body down, and it can be a base that your opponent has to get through. But the cool situation that I've noticed, and that is a cool combo to pull off, is that the Zanzibar can drop a level 4 Char's Gelgoog for a cost of 2. So instead of paying the full 4 for the Gelgoog, you can pay 2, play the Gelgoog since it is a level 4, right? Put it on the board if you have a Zeon or Neo Zeon in your hand and you have a Char in the trash. Recycle it, get a link, boom. You have a 2-cost attack with a link. That's pretty powerful. Absolute unit of a combo as long as you can get it set up with the Char. So do not be afraid to pair with Char. If you get the Gelgoog, you'll be able to recycle it as long as you have a Zeon unit in your hand. So the Zanzibar combo is really nice to have because it leaves you with resources to still use. I think it's really great support, and we don't run any more bases than that. This deck is meant to be very offensive. You're not really trying to play defense, and so putting down the unit is really the better play more often than not when you're running this with this type of situation. And speaking of dropping units or tokens, we also run 1 Fortress Defense. This is the highest level card, hilariously enough. It is level 5, cost for 2, and what it does is it just drops 2 Zaku tokens. If you're later in the game and you're in a hurry to win the game, this is a nice card to put down 2 bodies that can go at 2 shields that your opponent may have. I've been sometimes a level 5, turn 5 or so, in which I just put down every body I have, and then I put this one down to have an additional 2 bodies and basically overwhelm my opponent with the number of bodies that I can attack with. So I run 1 of them. It's not super key, but it does count as a Zeon pilot, so you could, if you want, attach it to the cards and link it to the cards that require a Zeon pilot to be able to swing that way. So kind of multi-use a little bit. You can either put bodies down, or it can give you a key link that you need late in the game. And my last 2 cards are very simple. They are both red. They are Close Combat and Battle of Aces. If you combine them, you have them both in your hand. You could take out something that's 5 damage. Both of them have bursts that do 2 damage on your opponent, but their main or action is something you can also trigger and potentially destroy or finish off maybe a blocker or maybe a unit that's just annoying you in the game, right? I think having the 2 different ones is nice. If you want to run 2 of the same, that's perfectly fine. I haven't had problems running 1 of each. I think they both do very similar things, and in some situations, they might even complement each other by doing 2 damage first and then 3 damage with the Battle of Aces for a total of 5. Whereas if you had 2 close combats, you would only do 4 damage. Or if you had 2 Battle of Aces and your opponent has no damage, then you can't hurt it more. So the 2, I feel, is pretty nice and a solid combo that I've seen a few times and been successful with. Okay, so that is the deck. That's all 50 cards. You'll notice there's nothing above level 5, and the only level 5 is really the command. Everything is level 4 or lower. Everything is dropping for cheap, and everything's goal is to destroy my opponent as fast as possible by putting as many bodies down as fast as possible, and or by having high maneuver and or breach in the pilots to just keep chewing away at my opponent's shields. Right, so that is the list. It is very fun. You may have seen similar things to it like it before, like I've said, but I just definitely wanted to make a video about the deck that I have been playing and I really enjoy, because you guys have been so supportive, always commenting and watching the videos, and I just want to thank you for that so much. The channel has been growing quite a bit, and it's all thanks to you. So let me know what you think. I know it's repetitive to see this deck probably in other channels over and over, but hopefully the breakdown helps you maybe play against it, or maybe it'll motivate you to want to play it yourself. It is absolutely fun, very consistent, as long as you can get Char. And well, that's it for this video. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.